Let me see. No, I'll talk about music. How I first loved music, got into music. Let's see. I never really grew up with a lot of music in South Africa. It was my dad really didn't listen to it. My mom liked to sing, so she, but I was pretty young when she, would do that. So, but yeah, we didn't really have any music around in the house. We didn't really. We had a radio in the kitchen, which I remember when I got chicken pox, and I was alone for most of the day because my dad was working and my sister went to school. So I was alone at home for like 2 weeks. It's kind of, and there's no TV during the day in South Africa. Oh, there wasn't. So there wasn't any, couldn't really watch TV. The TV didn't start broadcasting until about 5 o'clock at night. So just laying in bed, and then I remember, I had to take this medicine that was in the fridge. It was like a refrigerator type of medicine, so they kept it in. So I had to get up, go to the fridge, and take the medicine. I ate a few hours. I remember going in there, and I was like, all right, the medicine. Maybe I'm gonna have something to eat. So I went in there. Then I turned on the radio, and then this was like when I was about 7. And then I turned the radio on, and then I just started listening to it, and I started playing, music that I've never heard before, songs, and I was like, it's probably like Queen or something, things that are popular at the time, maybe Fleetwood Mac, Elton John, I don't know. I can't remember what exactly songs, but I remember liking it and thinking, oh my god, that's good. And then the next day I did the same thing, I started listening, and then they played the same song, and you go, oh, I know that song now. That's good, I like that song. And then I was like, oh my god, and I really started to enjoy music. That was the first time I ever started to enjoy music, was when I first started listening to music, because it was never really, forced on me. It was never something that people forced on me. Maybe that's why I like it so much. It was just something that I discovered, and I started listening to it, and I used to get my friends over there. I remember after I was, after I got over the chicken pox, I'd be like, man, guys, music is awesome. I was kind of like, you guys gotta listen to the radio. It's good, a lot of good stuff. And then that was the first inkling that I got of liking music. But then I then we came to America, and so I didn't really think about music at all at that point. I was just kind of, coming to America. I had other things to be concerned about and all that jazz. And then I had family members who were into music, and then they kind of listening to certain stuff, but I wasn't really, I'm like, yeah, I like music, but I wasn't really into anything, didn't really like anything. I enjoy the stuff, it wasn't like I thought I could play instruments, I could write songs. That never really occurred to me. No one was telling me to do that. No one was encouraging me to play guitar or anything like that. So I was like, I was just like everybody else, just kind of like, alright. Yeah, music's nice to play. You play an album, and enjoy it, yeah. And then it kind of went on, and then and then I kind of liked the idea when I saw people, able to like play a song, and you kind of felt like, the song was there with you. I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool idea. So I remember in 8th grade, I was like, I think I needed another elective credit. I think I'll try and play guitar, because they give you a list of what classes you can take, and I guess guitar was one of the ones that they had available. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll try guitar. I'll just to like learn a few chords, just to see how, why not? So I borrowed my cousin's guitar, and then I played. I took the class and learned some chords, learned a little bit about music. I also had half of the time they had 2 keyboards. They had like pianos in the back. They had a lot of pianos. These upright pianos. It was a pretty big room, up front they had like chairs. They had a stereo where the teacher would play music and teach you about music. And then the chairs were kind of spaced, so you can play your guitar. Then they had like stands for the music, and then the back of the room. It was like kind of one of those divided rooms where they had the little doors that kind of, open or close to divide the room. And then that part of the room, there were all these pianos, and you could, play piano. So we also learned piano a little bit in there. And there wasn't anything serious. It just kind of looking in a little music book and kind of learning stuff. So I took that, and this was in 8th grade. So, and then we get grading on the stuff. We get tests. One of the tests was to learn a cover, to learn a song, a cover song before we were in front of the class. And I was getting into the Beatles at that time, and I had Sgt. Pepper, and I was like, I want to play one of those songs, And the obvious choice, because I was playing acoustic guitar, was "A Day in the Life." So that's a song, and I love that song. So I wanted to learn that song, so I did, and I played it in front of the class, and no one knew the song. No one was really. That was like. At that time, no one was really listening to the Beatles, and everybody was into Madonna and MC Hammer or whatever was around, Paul Abdul, whatever. Everybody was listening to to that kind of top 40 stuff. No one was listening to the Beatles. The Beatles were already like broken up for 20 years or so at that time. So it was like, so I was the only one who was. No one really knew the song. It was. I would have got more feedback if I did a Madonna song with someone, a song that people knew, that that comes on top 40 stations. So, but yeah, so I did that, and I was like, cool. That was the first song I ever did, learned that I didn't write. So at that point, I didn't think I wanted to keep playing guitar. I just thought it was fun, learn that. I enjoyed it, and I just felt that enjoyment from it. And then the final grade at the end of the year was to write your own song. So I remember, I always procrastinated in anything, even with songwriting or whatever. Procrastinating. I don't really like doing schoolwork or anything. I just do what I want to do. Basically, that's kind of how I am. And so. But I kind of put it off. She gave us like 2 weeks to write it, and then I put it off, and then about like a few, maybe a day right before, or a few. Actually, no, it was like right on that day that it was due. I wrote it. So I wrote like, let's say like a free period up during lunch or something. I kind of had the acoustic, and it was by my locker, and no one was there. The hallway was clear, and I just kind of wrote it. Kind of started to had a piece of paper and kind of started writing down some of the notes or where it was on the fret. So and then I thought, wow, I was getting so many ideas. So many ideas were coming to me, and I was like, wow, it was like, here's an idea. Oh, that's good. And then I got another idea. It's different, but I just kept getting these ideas, and then it's like. That's kind of how it is. Even now, when I write, I get a lot of ideas. It just kind of comes to me, and then I kind of have to pick the best ideas. But it just kind of floods in, and it's like. But that was the thing when I first started songwriting, is to, ignore some of them and then use the best, whatever works. And then I did it. I took it in, and I played it, and she gave me an A, which I didn't think I deserved, because I was just kind of like, I didn't even take time with it. I was just kind of, I could just kind of do that thing where I can make it look like I'm writing something, just like I do when I write songs on the spot. I can, that kind of thing. That's just, So yeah, that was my first kind of feeling of writing a song, and this is like at the end of the 8th grade. So this is like June, right before June of the end of the 8th grade year. And then I was like, yeah. And then still, I didn't think I was gonna keep playing guitar. I didn't even care. And then I started listening to the Beatles more, especially that summer between 8th and 9th grade. And it's kind of, I had Sgt. Pepper, I had Match with Mr. Tour on LP. I was just getting into those albums. And then I kept listening to it and going, oh, I love this song. I just love it. Still do. So I was like, yeah, I wish, what I want to do, I want to fill the world with songs just like that. I want to write songs like that or even better. I want to write the best song. I want people to feel the kind of enjoyment that I feel when I listen to a Beatles album. I want them to feel that from my songs, and so, then I started to write. I was learning guitar, and at first I started writing lyrics and melody because I wasn't that proficient on the guitar yet. I probably could have sped up my guitar learning quicker, but I started playing like soccer, and I was hanging with friends most of the time, so I wasn't really trying to learn guitar, and it just seemed like kind of a chore learning guitar. But I enjoyed writing the lyrics and the melodies, and then as I went on, I started, picking up the guitar every once in a while. I started learning, and then actually I got a chord book, and I kind of learned chords from that book. Every chord on the planet in that book. So I just kind of learned all that, and then eventually I started putting them together, the words and the music, and that's how it happened, how I started to write songs. So and it was like never forced. No one ever told me go write a song. Hey, go play guitar. It was never never had anybody really around me to kind of I had some people who played guitar who would help me. I'd be like, hey, how do I figure this song out? How did I do that? I had people like that, but I never had people tell me you should play guitar, you should play music. I had none of that. So